Hi, Capricorn, or anyone watching for Capricorn. This is a timeless love reading, so it should resonate whenever you find it. If you're watching for Capricorn, just reverse the roles. So I've shuffled the deck, I've pulled your cards, and I'm looking at where you're at the time of you viewing this video. You got Six of Cups in the reverse. Temperance at the bottom of your deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign because I'm seeing Leo, I'm seeing Sagittarius. I am also seeing your card in the mix. So we have Capricorn, double energy, and a Queen of Swords. So it could be an air sign as well. Don't get too hung up on the signs. Hangman for Pisces. Looking at you, it's looking to me like you're looking back at the past. There's an energy here of you having some sort of attachment that it feels like you're still working through. I don't think this person is exactly in your space because I'm seeing a lot of cards of perhaps you being unaware of like where they stand or what's going on with them. This is definitely somebody that you've dealt with in the past because you have the X in the reverse and you have cards that are talking about, worth waiting for, divine timing is at work in your love life, past life relationship, you've known each other before. So this could feel very karmic in nature, especially with that devil energy. But it's very possible that this is someone that may not be a karmic partner. It could just be that you have unresolved karma from another life with this person. And it looks like almost a pause button has been hit on this relationship. So perhaps the two of you are like separated or you just haven't spoken to them for a while. And for whatever reason, it could be that there's some kind of anniversary, something about maybe when the two of you first met, or an anniversary of something that the two of you shared in common. It seems like it's approaching, right? Or there's something that's got you really kind of in your feelings about whoever this person is. It could also just be that because you haven't spoken to them in a while, you're not really sure what's going on with them. There's an energy here of perhaps you having hoped that you would be able to fix the situation with this person. Now, I don't know that you wanted to be particularly back in a relationship with them, but there's almost kind of this energy of wanting to show them like where you are in life versus where you were the last time that you knew whoever this is. Because I see that there was some issues here. It looks like somebody hurt someone else, or someone felt very rejected, or even ignored, right? And so I feel like you have moved on from this. You're not with this person, obviously, but you're still kind of hoping that you'll have a chance to reconcile with this person. And it could just be because you put so much energy into this at one point. Maybe you're the kind of person that doesn't like to have like things be open ended or feel like you've wasted your time. And so you can like salvage a relationship with a friendship. But there's something I feel like that's happened to you where perhaps you feel like you were victorious over, situations that you were battling, right? Maybe when you knew this person, you had some stuff going on in your own life. And it feels like you've dealt with those things. And now you were kind of hoping to be able to show this person, this is where I'm at now, right? And for some of you, it's coming from a place of like, you didn't want me, look at me now, right? Look at how good I'm doing. For others of you, it was just kind of the hope of like, I don't want to lose this person in my life. I fixed my stuff, but it feels like they're not making the effort to try to have any kind of friendship or relationship with me. So now I'm really thinking about the past and kind of the way that things went. I do feel like for a lot of you, you're not who you used to be. And so it looks to me as though you're looking back at your previous situation from a different perspective, right? Maybe looking at some of the things that you did or didn't do and feeling as though you wish things would have gone different. If I could have known then what I know now. So I'll just say try not to kick yourself about that because like hindsight's 2020, right? If you were in a different place, it looks like you've got self-esteem in the reverse, addictions in the reverse, jealousy, apologies, right? Like, just say, for example, if you were like addicted to something, you would have shown up in this relationship way different, than you would now as your sober self. But you can't be hard on yourself about that because that's the past, right? And I feel like that's kind of where you're at, is feeling as though if you could have it to do over, right? If you could show this person, this is who I am now, it would have worked out better or would have worked out different. but there's a fear here that that is not going to be an opportunity that you get, right? So lots of kind of reminiscing about negative things, negative choices or negative outcomes. I feel like as far as your opportunity, you do have the sun, so that's very positive. You are able to see, what part you played in the relationship, what part they played in the relationship, and if worse comes to worse, and for some reason you don't end up, reconciling with this person or having them back in your space, at least moving forward, what kind of partner you want to be when you show up, right? For the next person. I'm not really seeing anything new because it looks like you're not open to new right now. As far as your obstacle, you have the tower in the reverse. So it feels like there's still very much a tie to whoever this person is. Lots of feelings of like, can this be saved? Now that I am who I am, if I showed up different, would I have a different outcome? I feel like that's kind of what's a priority in your mind at this time, more so than meeting new people. As far as your person, I'm looking into their feelings and they got the devil. So they feel as though they're still connected to you. But I think because you've been apart from whoever this is, they're still under the impression that the situation has not changed or that you're not moving any different. So they're viewing this as something that, it's like you have all of the control, right? Because the devil card is your energy. They feel as though they're kind of powerless when they get around you. There's very much this feeling coming from this reading of this person viewing the relationship as something that's to their detriment, that they feel almost as though they're stuck, right? But it's not stuck in a way that they dislike you. They just feel like perhaps you have like past trauma or addictions, or there's like you're battling your own demons. And so this person feels like when it comes to you, that gets so much in the way of the relationship, right? Whether you have like X energy that's still around, or, old behaviors or paradigms about being single or what commitment looks like. This person feels like no matter how they try or how they show up, there's always kind of that third energy that you bring into a relationship, whether, it's any of the things I talked about, or it's just like self doubt, but that really takes over the entire relationship. And I feel like that you almost agree with that, right? Because it looks like you've done some work on whatever this is, so that even if you end up with someone else, you're not going to be bringing that into your next situation. The hard part though is that this person, they don't know that you've done some stuff. So I don't know if you went to rehab or therapy or whatever it is, right? But because you're not in communication with them, they really have no idea what's going on with you. And so they're just trying to like trust their intuition about the situation. They're trying to look at what they've seen in the past and keep moving in that direction of like, okay, Capricorn has shown me that they're not ready for a relationship, or Capricorn has shown me that whatever this third energy is, it's so much more important than my presence in their life, right? Because it kind of dictates the way that they move, even when they're dealing with me. Although whatever that is really has nothing to do with me. So now, I need to pull back. I need to be protective of where I'm at, so that I'm not giving to something that's just perpetuating a cycle that I don't really want to be a part of, right? So unfortunately, at this time, you're very much right if you're feeling kind of this like disappointment of like, oh, this person isn't coming back, or I'm not able to show them the progress that I've been able to make in life, that I've separated myself from toxic situations, or that I did get that promotion or finish that degree or whatever your thing is, right? It's hard because they're viewing the relationship through what they've seen in the past, and it almost feels like because of that, at this time they're not open to reaching out to you. They don't want to be the person to come back into your life and try to figure out what's been going on with you based on what they've seen in the past. As far as your person, what they want, they got Knight of Cups in the reverse. So let's clarify this, because it's kind of a weird thing to want, right? Four of Pentacles. So at this time, I don't think this person wants really anything to do with love in general. They are very, very guarded. It's almost like they expect disappointment. This person, I feel like there's an energy of them wanting you to be wherever you are and be with whatever you chose, whatever that third energy was that they felt like was so prevalent in this relationship. It's almost like they want you to have to live in what was created and what you created. Um, and so maybe in them doing that, that's what was your initiative, to look at where you're at and be like, hey, you know what? Now that I'm by myself and I have to face this demon on my own, or this devil energy on my own, or I have to like really look at myself because I'm alone. I don't like what I see. I want to make changes for myself, right? That's really what this person was kind of hoping for. I do feel like even if this person is behaving in a way that you don't understand, right? Because it looks like they're distant or they're silent, or, you don't have a lot to go on. You could even be feeling like this person has completely moved on from you. I don't think that's the case. I really think that this person just wanted to let you figure your stuff out. But because you didn't like return to them, it's almost like they expected you to be the one to show up and be like, oh, hey, I'm doing better now, right? Because they didn't get that from you, they're still just thinking that you're doing whatever you were doing before. So I don't feel like this person's behavior towards you is going to change until you let them know, like, hey, I'm still interested and I've worked on XYZ, right? Because at this time, they've come to this kind of wall where they don't feel like they can go any further. They don't feel like their presence in their life is helping you to make the necessary changes that you need. And so this person doesn't want to give anything to this situation until they know that you're in a different place, right? Queen of Swords for this person's future actions. So, this really depends on you guys. If you decided to speak to this person again, it looks like they'd be open to what you have to say. But I also feel like this person is going to be incredibly guarded because they're committed to their progress at this time. If you've been apart from this person, it's very possible. Wow, Queen of Swords again, Emperor, King of Swords. Oh my goodness. It's very possible this person has been working on themselves. So, I mean, on the bright side, at least this isn't someone who's coming through as being very hypocritical. If they had things they wanted you to fix and they took a step back from you, it looks like they've been working on trying to get their own life together. So this person is very protective of that at this time. I do think that this person would be more than happy to listen to what you have to say. And there's an energy here of this person being willing to like ruminate on what they see. If you show them something different, I feel like they would really think about it, but they're also not in a space of wanting their emotions to like lead them down the path back to you. And perhaps in the past, this person was very emotional, right? You could have been dealing with someone who at one time really was emotionally invested in you in a way that could have even made you feel uncomfortable and kind of triggered some of this devil energy. Whereas now they're very rational and it's like, okay, show me receipts, show me proof. I need to keep my walls up when I'm dealing with my Capricorn at this time. But I feel like they would definitely hear you out. This isn't someone that I'm picking up on, like just cutting you off. I think that for you, though, it may be a little bit difficult if you were to reach out, because even though there's that energy of like, yeah, I'd love to see you, whatever, like we can hang out, we can spend some time together. They are not willing to put themselves in a place where they could repeat anything they've seen, right? Um, I feel like maybe for you guys who have a tendency to like shut down is kind of what this looks like to me. And so this person, they fear you leaving very abruptly, okay? They're also fearful of a Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Sun. So coming to the realization that perhaps there's still someone else in your life. I don't know if that's been an issue with that devil energy, but this person, it's like they've already kind of decided what kind of person you are or what you're going to do next. And that's what they're banking on. So you would have to really work with this person because they kind of have a bad taste in their mouth about this relationship or about your presence in their life. They feel like as soon as you get what you want, you kind of exit. And for you, it really could just be because you start to feel smothered or, whatever those triggers are start to flare up. And I think that this person does understand that about you. I'm not picking up on the vibe of them just being like judgy or mean, but they also understand about themselves that they want something with more permanence, right? Or that they don't want to get their hopes up and then have you hurt them or like abruptly leave because this is moving too fast or you've changed your mind about what you want. Okay. So this is definitely someone you've dealt with before because I'm seeing a lot of cycles of like coming and going and hurt feelings. And so now this person is very protective of their heart. And it doesn't mean they don't care about you, but I think they're just not open, right? I mean, they're not open to new people either. So if you're super worried about this person being with someone else, don't be. Even if this person looks like they're with someone else, they're not emotionally available to them at all. So, don't feel like someone has taken your place because deep down, this person does want you to come back, but they want you to show them that you're a safe place. Okay. As far as the effect that this will have on you, this person being kind of cold, even if they talk to you, you got the hangman in the reverse. So that's actually pretty good. I feel like for you, you could end up in a relationship with this person in the future because you're going to see that the dynamic of the situation has changed to the point that you could never go back to being the person you used to be and deal with this energy. Like you would have to not only show up as somebody who's dealt with their baggage, but you'd have to also take the actions to follow through on that, right? Like you couldn't just tell this person, yeah, now I'm sober, or yeah, I've dealt with my commitment issues. If you want this person in your life, you would literally have to be stable, right? And be like, hey, I want to be with you. I know you don't believe me right now, but in a few months, you'll see because I'm going to consistently show up. I actually feel like for you, Capricorn, you would do that and try to show this person like, hey, I mean what I say. So that's cool. If you're looking for love, I think that you're in a space where you might be a bit taken aback at first at how this person is moving. But I do think that you would put in the effort, if you decide this is something that you want. I think that for you, it might trigger you to feel like everything's kind of hopeless. And you might go into like yourself and have that conversation of like, is this something that's worth fighting for? Is this something that I want? Am I okay with feeling like I'm not getting instant results? And that is your advice, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a situation that it always starts and then it stops, right? And so, like, why is that? Maybe if you get to the bottom of what the trigger is that makes you feel as though you need to leave or go back to what's familiar, even if it's not comfortable, you would be able to have a long lasting relationship with this person. It's very possible that the timing could be a little bit off because this person, I feel like, isn't 100% sure if you're what they want. So it's saying that rather than go off and start something new, what you could do is reconcile with this person or meet up with this person. And if you put in the consistent effort to show them like, hey, I am safe, I am here, Page of Cups landing over here for you and strength, this person will let their wall down. Okay. But they need to know that you are safe and that you're not going to leave, because I feel like you have a tendency to kind of leave when things get a little bit rough, or perhaps you get into this mode where you flip and you're like, I don't need this in my life. I don't need to deal with this, or whatever the case is, right? And that's not really how relationships work if you want them to last. Like, you have to be willing to bend, you have to be willing to be vulnerable or emotionally available. And that might be very scary for you. You might be feeling impatient at the pace that this is going to move, because this person is not they're going to move very slow. If you don't reach out to this person, you'll probably never hear from them again, simply because they don't know that you're different, right? And to them, they'll just be like, okay, I've seen everything I need to see. The fact that I haven't heard from Capricorn is enough evidence for me to decide they're still doing what they've been doing. So, I mean, with your opportunity being the sun, you could totally make this work, but the obstacle is big. It's the tower in the reverse. A lot of the obstacle is you. You know what I mean? Is this something that you're willing to put prolonged effort into fixing? Can you keep whatever your triggers or your demons are in check so you don't feel flighty and then like leave? Because this looks like you have a tendency to ghost, right? So it's really about what you want to do. I feel like it's pretty optimistic, even though this person isn't like falling head over heels for you. If you reach out, they're listening. They want to hear that you're good. They want to know that you're safe. And they do want to be a part of your life, but I just think this person needs a lot of reassurance based on what's transpired. And I feel like with you being in the Six of Cups in the reverse, you understand why, right? Like you definitely understand maybe what wounds you've triggered in this person since you've been apart. You've had a lot of time to think about it. So let's get you some oracle cards. You got imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So this is really like that devil energy dissolving, right? It seems like maybe you have these like subconscious fears about commitment, or, maybe you have like a really negative way of talking to yourself. Imagine if those were gone. What would you be capable of if you weren't already like shooting yourself in the foot before you start? Then you got friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. And I think with the Page of Pentacles here in the reverse, that's really what you need, right? Is to like show this person that they can build with you. And the best way to start is by having a friendship, because I feel like this person really is worth waiting for. That's what you got in your oracle cards. All right, this has been your timeless reading, Capricorn. I hope it was able to provide you with clarity. I will speak to all of you again soon. Bye.